inside the boiler room.
I was confused at first.
Question. How does the killer see
Eva's
inside?
what?
They can't just get on their knees and peek through the vent. Everyone in the dining hall would notice. Besides, the vent probably offers very little in the way of an actual view of the room.
Exactly! It's impossible!
Right. It's impossible. From this particular angle. If I switch perspectives, your entire argument comes completely undone.
What do you mean?
Ava assumes I'm taking only one factor into account. Her position at the time of Wolfgang's murder. Little does she know that in ruling out that factor, she's led me straight to another. A certain item which could have granted her the ability to see inside the boiler room. An item that, like the chemical smell, only makes sense when all other options have been ruled out. The game console she brought with her to the tournament.
Yep.
Ava had a game console?
She wanted to get in the spirit of the tournament without being directly involved, or so she claimed. But when every other option has been ruled out, what else can we look to but the one that's yet to be addressed?
Are you saying she saw inside the boiler room using the console?
Yup.
Played live footage of the room?
Sounds like a stretch.
If I'm wrong, Ava should be able to prove her innocence. Go on, Ava. Show us the console.
Huh?
I don't think she has the console on her, dude.
She has to. She never had an opportunity to slink away and dispose of it.
Well, what about the blackout?
When the blackout first hit, people were disorientated for about a minute at most. Ava likely spent those 60 seconds undoing the cord and moving the chair. Between then and now, she's never been alone. The only exception was when she and I split up to investigate the dining hall and the dorms respectively. However, the laundry room, dining hall, and courtyard all had people in them, so I doubt she hid the console in any of those rooms. And the janitor closet? That room has been locked for days now. She obviously couldn't hide the console there. Which means it must still be on her person. Like I said earlier, if I'm wrong about the console, you can take it out right now and show everyone its contents.
Yup.
What are you waiting for? Quit hiding the stupid thing and show it!
And she was about to derail this trial too.
Just trying to make me look bad. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just jealous of me. You're jealous of me and my talent. That's all you are. Jealous.
Hey, calm down.
Why not just pull out the console?
Yes! Show us the console and then you'll be done with this!
No!
Eh?
I don't have to show anyone anything.
That's the most suspicious thing you could say.
It's not suspicious. I'm telling the truth. That's obviously a lie.
Why go through the effort of mentioning Wolfgang's blackmail if you won't reveal this?
Now that I think back on it, Ava had been staring at her console the entire tournament. I thought it was weird, coming all the way over to the dining hall when she could have just stayed in her dorm.
Well, where did she obtain this console? We should discuss those details before continuing any more with these accusations.
She said she won it from Tozu's gachapon.
Seems natural he would stock that machine with dangerous items. With this being a killing game and all.
Between 14 impossible culprits and one possible killer, there's no need to sort out the facts further. Ava, you're the only one we can vote for.
That's such twisted logic! You're going to vote for me without being completely sure I'm even guilty?
There's no need to be completely sure if no one else can be suspected.
Everybody got
In
alibis.
case anyone still doubts Ava is the killer, I'll go through the case one last time. And once all the pieces are laid out for everyone to see, I'll prove she's the killer, once and for all.
Finally, oh my gosh. Alright. The blackout. So the blackout. Doom. What did the killer even LeBron before? It's already activated. What occurred right after Wolfgang's death? The blackout, yep. Closing the vent. What did the what did the killer use a drug Wolfgang? Killer dude what did the killer steal from Jet's dorm room? How did the closing the vent? Oh, wrong thing. Oops. What did Wolfgang and Diana receive? What did the killer use to drug Wolfgang? Who took the knife from the kitchen? What did the killer leave on the boiler room floor? Who arrived in the boiler room last? How was the battery activated? Yeah, closing the vent. My fault. Oops. There we go. Letters from the killer. What did the killer steal from Jet's room? What did Wolfgang and Diana receive? Letters from the killer. Yep. The syringe. Ooh, syringe. There we go. Alright. What's next? Car battery. So from Jet's room, car battery. Internal plug. Which end of the vents? Internal plug. Internal plug, was that right? Yeah. Internal plug is the one that was on the end. Alright, let's open this up. Or not. There we go. Wait, oh. There we go. Oh, I also got timed. The killer. Wait, who? What was it? Where is it? Who arrived in the boiler room after Wolfgang? The killer, yep. Taser. Who took the knife from the kitchen? What did the killer leave on the boiler room floor? Was a taser. Who took the knife from the kitchen? Wolfgang, yep. And then lastly, who arrived at the boiler room last? Diana.
This is how it happened.
This was a trial, man. Oh my gosh.
This case was directly incited by the motive Tozu introduced, in which everyone here received another person's blackmail. Amidst the chaos that spawned, the killer saw an opportunity to commit a murder. They sent letters to two people, Wolfgang Akide, who they planned to kill, and Diana Venezia, who they planned to frame. Wolfgang and Diana were asked to meet in the boiler room in 2 days' time. Wolfgang's letter told him to arrive at 8:15 a.m. while Diana's told her to arrive at 8:45 a.m.
The messages threatened to expose our blackmail, so we had no choice but to follow their instructions.
At this point, the killer probably knew the way they were going to kill Wolfgang. Hence, how they reacted to this next piece of information. The following morning, it was revealed that Cassidy and Jet were going to hold a game tournament.
The point was for people to spend time together and not think murdery thoughts. But little did we know, a would-be killer was lurking nearby. And how? The killer emboldened their own plans and made it so the tournament would happen at 9 a.m.
Did you just agree with yourself?
Both Wolfgang and Diana turned down the offer, which must have been music to the killer's ears, since it confirmed their plan was working. The killer took this as a sign to commence the next phase of their plan. Later that evening, they went downstairs to the boiler room, began preparing the murder weapon.
Though it might be more accurate to call it a murder mechanism. The killer wrapped an extension cord as tightly as they could around a car battery, which had been stolen from Jet's room. I imagine the battery must have been sitting on top of the generator. Wouldn't want to risk an explosion by bringing lithium too close to the water.
The killer avoided opening the boiler room vent for this segment, probably because they knew I'd remember it being closed originally.
A crucial part of the killer's plan would involve sliding the cord through the boiler room vent and out the other end into the dining hall. So they could then walk upstairs to the dining hall and tie the protruding part of the cord to the dining hall vent.
Funnily enough, the killer was going to be needed in the dining hall very shortly.
Yeah, to help Cass and me rearrange the dining hall's furniture. We were saving the whole thing for next morning, but they convinced us to do it that night instead.
Their intentions were threefold: create an alibi, hide the vent with a piece of furniture, and then open the vent in secret. After which, they'd return to the boiler room and suspend the battery over the generator.
Which brings us to today. Knowing better than to head downstairs without protection, Wolfgang went to the kitchen and armed himself with a knife. Toshiko didn't notice a knife on him when the two met in the hallway, so he must have hidden it in his blazer.
Wolfgang arrived inside the boiler room at 8:15 a.m., exactly like his letter requested. As he was waiting, the killer snuck up behind him.
Okay. Initially, I thought, I think also we already ruled out the whole drugging situation, so my fault. But yeah, hit him and then snuck them with the drug. Yeah.
And he got smacked right in the head with that steel rolling pin and crumpled like paper.
A syringe was then used to inject Wolfgang with a sleeping drug, ensuring he would remain in the boiler room until Diana arrived.
The killer might have, left the taser on the floor around this time.
Yeah, the taser they swiped from my dorm. They must have decided to raid the place after receiving my blackmail. If I'd heard about the taser sooner, I could have gotten rid of it, as well as whatever else my blackmail supposedly mentions.
Save the angsting for later, will you?
Anyway, back on topic. Wolfgang was left to lie in the partially flooded area of the boiler room, while the killer ran upstairs to help set up Mark's music equipment.
They didn't care about the equipment. They just wanted to put a speaker next to the vent, because it would drown out the fight which was going to happen later.
Don't forget the digital clock! They wanted to get there before that became available. Don't need people knowing what time you actually arrived.
My letter said to meet at 8:45 a.m., so that's when I got to the boiler room. I made sure to close the door behind me, just as the message told me to.
Bad idea. Killer flipped the doorknob so that the lock was on the outside instead of the inside. You locked yourself in!
The room was really dark too. I didn't even see the suspended battery, only the blinking security camera. And then, Wolfgang, he got up on his feet all of a sudden, and he started crying and saying these weird things. I tried to keep him calm and asked him to come over to me, which he actually did. But the very next second, he attacked me with his knife.
The drugs probably gave him a frightening hallucination, and he perceived you as a threat.
He was screaming at me, and I was screaming back. No one from the tournament could hear us over the music. At one point, I even picked up the taser, but then I threw it back down again.
And that's when the killer decided it was time. Having set their chair to recline, they were able to casually reach down and close the vent behind them. This lowered the extension cord, causing the car battery to enter the water and discharge a huge amount of electricity. Wolfgang, who was still standing in the water, was electrocuted instantly. The battery itself exploded upon reacting with the water, which the killer was likely banking on as a way to destroy evidence. All of this happened right under my nose. No one could have guessed that someone present at the tournament was committing murder.
The explosion also damaged the generator and caused the blackout. Everyone ended up stumbling around in the dark.
Not for long, though. We quickly came back to our senses and agreed to look for a backup generator on the underground floor.
I used a hairpin to unlock the boiler room door and ran outside. But you guys had already made it downstairs.
That's when you say you ducked around a corner and out of sight. Only after everyone went inside the closets did you then dash upstairs.
It's a good thing she did. Otherwise, we'd have found her alone in a room with Wolfgang's dead body. We would have wrongly assumed Diana was the killer, and died as a result. This complicated scheme calls to mind only one person. One person who just so happened to be sitting in a certain sofa chair.
You.
That person is you.
Eva Tsunaka.
It's over, Ava. We know the truth.
It's not fair. This isn't fair. This isn't fair.
And
blood is rushing.
Wonderful, brilliant, spectacular. Wonderful, brilliant, spectacular. You have seen Beyond the Five Lives. Wait, why is it Damien? I'm just gonna mathematician delivered the honorable truth and with. This is worthy of praise. Allow me to reward your success with.
This isn't funny.
Can you shut up? It's supposed to say Tozu, but I'm guessing it's not all the way through. Without Tozu's mad rambling, the trial room had gone completely silent. Everyone was either staring at the floor or sneaking nervous glances at each other. I understand the reason for this frosty atmosphere. You have found out who done it, so now you wish to know why done it.
Such a spoil sport.
Very well. Every murder mystery needs a motive, and I would be loath to break tradition at this stage.
There must be something.
Eva, why did you do this? Well, just why?
Come on.
Come on, speak up. You have nothing to lose now. Yeah, it's a glitch there. It was Tozu. Huh? Tozu made me do it.
This is...
What?
You...
You've been working with Tozu this entire time?
Such disrespect.
Me and her? Oh, please. If her plan was to secretly infiltrate the killing game, she wouldn't have given herself such an attention-grabbing ultimate title.
Rubbish.
I mean, seriously, ultimate liar. Talk about on the nose. No, Eva is just as much of a kidnappee as the rest of you.
Son of a bitch!
Shut up. You let her get away with breaking the rules. That's proof enough you're in cahoots.
Holy...
Huh? Eva broke the rules? Yeah, when she blew up the school property.
Fuck you!
Why was I punished for chucking a rock at a camera, but Eve was punished for destroying a generator?
Shit.
Is Eva even the exception that Rule was talking about? What? Desmond tapped the screen. Desmond tapped the screen of his trinket and conjured a familiar square-shaped hologram. A few swipes of his finger, he located the killing game's rules. Okay, yeah, everyone take a look at the second rule. Students are not allowed to vandalize any official killing game property, such as the cameras and the Tozu trinkets. Exceptions may apply. Do you see how it says exceptions may apply at the end? Since Eva wasn't punished for breaking the generator, could that mean she counts as an exception? Or the generator counts as an exception because it.
Stop lying.
Are you gonna explain how, or just are you just trying to be a fucking contrarian?
This looks bad.
Well, if I had to make a guess, it's probably because Eva destroyed the generator while committing a murder.
What's all this about?
Oh, I missed a couple things. I'm sorry. Are you saying Eva has a special privilege? I think it's more her method of murder was that destroyed the generator. Meaning the generator is technically tied to Wolfgang's death. Yeah, which is why Eva was excused for breaking it.
Slow down.
Yo, that can't actually be the reason, can it?
I see.
And if it were...
Brutal.
What?
You...
You... I see. Eva believed she would count as an exception to the rule, which is why she didn't take any steps to avoid destroying the generator.
What?
She risked getting shot in the head over something she just assumed?
That ain't it.
Nah, with how confidently Eva executed the murder, she must have known for sure she wouldn't be penalized. How about it, Tozu? Did you ever share that information with her?
Who? Me?
Pooh! A desperate killer is much like a hungry seagull, ready to pounce upon a slightest crumb of substance. The mere implication of a loophole ignites their senses, and they, as desperate people always do, will shred their dignity in pursuit of confirmation. So to answer your question, yes, Eva approached me with the same question your friends are asking now. And yes, I confirmed her suspicions were true.
Not okay.
Seriously? That's so unfair.
Pathetic.
Unfair. Answering a reasonable question is far from unfair. Have you never asked a professor for help on an assignment? Sure, your professor won't do the work for you. But they'll be happy to clear up any confusion you might have. Then why did Eva say you make her kill Wolfgang? I suppose you could say Eva and I made a deal.
Huh?
A deal? What kind of deal? A deal to begin the killing game.
Impossible!
Eh? In exchange for agreeing to perform the first kill, she would receive a special perk.
Plot twist.
The traitor perk.
Holy!
What do you mean by traitor perk? Is it the tablet Eva has? I mean, she refused to show it to us when we asked. Mind you, that host cannot simply hand over the traitor perk to anyone who asks. For a student to be eligible for a perk, they must first earn it.
That was very...
What do you mean by earn it? Do you recall that little tidbit I shared with you about the pharmacy? You know, the little secret lurking inside? You see, a very interesting secret is lurking beyond this door. That secret, were you referring to the traitor perk?
Well done.
Indeed, I was. Poo-hoo-hoo. When I said a very interesting secret was lurking inside, I meant that quite literally. The only thing separating you from the perk was a few inches of stainless steel and a pin pad. She did figure it out. Pin pad. Oh gosh, you're talking about that big door I found tucked behind the shelf.
I see.
I see. It was hiding the traitor perk all along. How did Eva figure out the password to the pin pad, though? Did she enter a bunch of random numbers until, like, finally it worked?
Well,
A 4-digit code would have thousands of potential combinations. Unless Eva encountered unbelievable luck, the chances of her guessing the code will only be a few days. Is extremely unlikely.
How?
Then how did she get access to the traitor perk? The 4 numbers to unlock the pin pad. How did Eva figure them out? There's only one way. There's only one way I could see her obtaining the correct answer. It's to do with the poster. Yup.
Well done.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct. It's to do with that poster, isn't it? That mysterious poster in the pharmacy. Now, what poster are you talking about? Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Yes, hidden inside one of the pharmacy's room is a poster which reveals a code to the pin pad.
For real?
For reals?
No.
How could that poster reveal a code, though? I knew it had to be important somehow, but none of the visuals made sense. Exactly why it caught my attention. Oh, but it's a 1010. But I didn't know what to do with the information, how to decipher what I was seeing.
Pathetic.
And that is where you fell short of your mathematically gifted peer. With her keen eyesight and quick thinking, she saw the poster for what it really was.
Plot twist.
An equation. What? Every detail is deceitful. Those exclamation of grandeur may in fact hints towards a certain something's nature, and that large star stand in for a coordinate plane. Oh, it's a coordinate plane. Well, not that it matters anymore. The passcode to that precious pin pad is, after all, being changed as we speak. To quote the words of my parents, the road to freedom must always be paved with obstacles.
Sick and twisted.
No way, a math equation is totally up Eva's alley. You told me you couldn't understand the poster.
Why the long face?
Of course she did. That equation is the key to the traitor perk. Handing it over would mean handing the perk over.
Shit.
So the traitor perk was Eva's reward for solving the puzzle. So the traitor perk puzzle? The heck is even the perk? You still haven't explained that yet. The ability to see the cameras.
Me?
I assure you, it's a very handy thing to have. You see, this trader perk allows the owner to access the school's security cameras, yup, using a tablet. The tablet, of course, being on Eva's person right now. What?
Damn it.
So I was right. You accessed the cameras in the boiler room, which was how you saw Diana enter.
Oh, crud.
I thought it was weird Eva wouldn't show us the tablet, but I didn't think it was actually wired to the school's cameras.
But then...
Then the reason I saw the security camera light blinking back in the boiler room, it's because Eva was watching me.
What?
This is making too much sense. How is he splitting through the helmet? What the heck? How did you negotiate with your kidnapper? Why would you have the reason to trust him? I had no choice. Eh? I either take his deal and give myself a chance to escape, or I would die with the rest of you. You, that selfish attitude is the reason why we've ended up in this mess. Didn't we promise to make it out here together? Make it out of here together? If you hadn't murdered one of the only people who could have handled the situation, we might have made progress on escaping. Even if I didn't kill someone else would have eventually. And if they were in my position right now, they wouldn't even admit to what they've done. They'd cry and snivel, and try to guilt you. They wouldn't be honest like me.
Watch it.
Honest or not, playing Tozu's game was risky. You were trapped in a small space with the witnesses everywhere. That's not a gamble you should have taken.
What a joke.
We had food, we had shelter. All we had left to do was wait for our eventual rescue from this place. But I
Stop it!
would have died first. It was obvious from what was happening with Wolfgang. His constant jeering at me over the few mistakes I'd make while the rest of you followed his lead. If a class trial ever happened with him around, he would have accused me of being the killer without evidence. And you all would have believed him.
Whoa.
That's not...
Shut up!
Because of Wolfgang, I was isolated from everyone else. He turned me into an easy target for murder. And if I was murdered, would the rest of you even bother to find out who killed me? There's no way you would. There's no way anyone would. You're all the worst. I hope you all rot here.
Bro?
That's cold, man.
You really let me down.
Even if we had some rough spots, some of us still tried to get along with you. During the gaming tournament, I was fine with you joining.
Ugh.
You think a few games were enough to forgive everything you did to me? None of you actually cared about me. None of you. I've never been anything to anyone.
Huh?
What did you mean? What do you mean? It really is the same in here as it is out there. I'm always the one that people hated. I didn't choose this talent. I was just doing what others wanted me to do. I was a prodigy student the adults wanted me to be. I thought I did everything right. But I still kept being judged. Everyone else around me resented me, hated me because they wanted the love I received. Or what they thought was love. And despite all my hard work, the UTP turned me into something I never wanted to be. The Ultimate Talent Program. Even if I wanted to return to normality, it would be impossible. I'm stuck with this talent for life. And now, when I try to become something more than a sad joke, I get hit with the realization that all my efforts were for nothing. I never could be anyone else. I'll never get what I deserve. But I care. But I care.
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
Why?
Eva, why did you frame me? Hold on. Eva, but I cared. Eva, I cared about you. I don't get it. Why would you frame me? I cared for you. I stood up for you whenever I could.
Don't say that.
I wanted to be your roommate. I wanted to help you.
I don't want to.
It didn't mean anything. Ooh. Why? you still agreed with everything Wolfgang said. No matter what he did to me, you kept on supporting him. Is that why you try to frame me for his murder? Yeah, and you deserved it. Oof. No. Diana let out a sob and nearly fell onto her podium. Diana. Eloise ran over to Diana and put an arm around her shoulder.
How can you believe that?
Why did you have to kill Wolfgang in front of her? That's so cruel. She obviously knew what she was doing. Both the cause and the time of death were mentioned in the mock trial case. So that stands to reason why they would be mentioned here too. When Eva realized that, she tried to leverage it against us. I'm sure receiving that little camera perk made it all too easy to time the murder.
Shut it!
Enough of this bullshit already. So Eva's privileged little asshole who thinks her life sucks. Who cares?
Fuck you!
You took Wolfgang's life, and that's the only thing you deserve is some fucking competence. I doubt she's actually telling the truth. Murdering someone because they lied about their inoffensive talent, even she must know how ridiculous that sounds.
How can that be?
If Eva didn't kill Wolfgang because she was scared, then why she killed him?
Honestly?
Why did she kill him? Why else but to escape the killing game? I doubt any of us were ever a threat to her. In fact, it was probably the complete opposite.
Shocking.
She thought she was smarter and better than all of us. That's why she thought she could win the class trial. She even tried to steer everything. Like, it's crazy. Yes, I agree with Winona. In that case, do you reckon Eva killed Wolfgang because of his ability as a lawyer? She herself admitted she would have suspected her. He would have suspected her if he was here. Clearly, Wolfgang was the best person to kill if she wanted to escape.
Nope.
And anyway, Eva isn't the only one who's vulnerable. There are people here who are even weaker bodies and weaker minds. Anyone who else is looking for an easy kill, and who would target would know to target. Ah, my goodness. Would know to target them first. It doesn't matter. Even if no one targeted me, I still would have died first. How so? Because of the perk. Huh? Tozu told me that if I didn't use a perk to murder someone as soon as possible, I was going to die.
What did you say?
What?
Nonsense!
Is this true, Tozu?
Who? Me?
Guilty as charged.
Dude, no!
No way! Tozu never told me the number of days I had left, just that I needed to kill soon. If I didn't kill soon, I'd die.
This isn't fair!
I had to do something. You can't blame me for that. If you were in my shoes, you would have done the same.
Worthless.
It's your own fault. You were only in that situation because you took the perk. Told who targeted me with that math puzzle. He offered me the perk when it was when I was at my lowest point. If you guys were approached the way I was and offered a chance to go home, you would have taken the perk too.
Stop it!
You're just a bunch of hypocrites. You just want to make me look like the villain so you can feel less bad about killing me. Killing her. That's right. How could I forget? If the blacken isn't covered...
Dumbass!
Enough of this already. I'm sick of talking to this scumbag. Get on with the fucking execution, will you? Alright. The soap opera is entertaining, but I realize it's time to change the channel. Wait, don't tell me you're actually going to...
Holy!
Eh? All of a sudden, the elevator behind us began to turn alive. The whir of machinery could be heard from the other side. Door of the doors, raw and loud and rhythmic. Sorry. Didn't even read the whole entire thing. Rhythmic and like a machinery symphony. Ahem. Do not avert your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. I hear a lot of the budget went into this. No, I don't. What's going on?
I won't believe.
This isn't happening.
My blood is rushing.
To the victor, go to the victor, go the spoils. Oh, hail the honorable dead, avenged at last. I don't deserve this. Even if you hated me, I don't deserve this. May your charitable justice inspire fear and humility within these wretched souls.
Don't kill me!
This isn't fair. I don't deserve to die. I deserve to live. And stir the hearts and minds of all those bearing witness. Ready, everyone? Let the show begin.
I want to live. I deserve to live. I'm going to live. I'm going to live!
Uh-oh. And now we present the execution of Eva Suna. Huh? Enjoy the show. Oh no. Fury furnace affliction. Damn. Oh, not math supplies. Oh, no. Damn. Damn.
I can't handle it!
My entire body has seized up. I couldn't move a single limb, couldn't say a single word. All I could do was stand and stare. My mind at a completely and total loss. So that's what punishment entails? Let me go home. Please let me go home.
Isn't this lovely?
Goodness, talk about a heated moment. Eva put up quite a fight for a second there. She almost had me, believing we'd underestimate her.
Moving on.
Just kidding.
I'll be damned.
How could you do this, forcing these innocent people to kill each other?
Terrible.
So
Just
judgmental.
Terrible.
Need to remind you, this is a student on student warfare.
Get out.
Just shut up already. Eva, why? You just needed a friend. I could have been there, been the friend you needed. Why did you do all of this?
I can't believe it.
I'm gonna be sick. I don't know what I'm feeling anymore. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Oh, shit!
I'm totally gonna die here, aren't I?
I can't be like this.
No one else is gonna die, you hear? We're all gonna be okay. Come on, repeat after me. I'm here and I'm okay. Okay. I'm here and I'm okay. I'm here and I'm okay. This was my reality. The fear of death had already been on my shoulders ever since the killing game was announced. But now it had completely enveloped me. I can't do it. I can't lie to myself again. Again?
It's all my fault.
I'm not okay. I'm never gonna be okay. I could have changed things. I could have saved her. And him, Wolfgang. If I just drag him out of the water, I could have saved him. Why didn't I save him? Didn't I save... Oh my gosh. Diana, you had no way of knowing that was gonna come next. He was wielding a knife too. Anyone would have done what you did. Did he really bring a knife for self-defense? Usually a comment like that would have gotten a rise out of Grace, but she stayed completely silent. I can't let it end. Wolfgang's kindness, I can't let anyone forget it.
It is how it is.
That goes without saying. I'm sure everyone will remember what Wolfgang did for us. I never thought of the lengths of my talent can go. The ability to change other appearance to be the best versions of themselves. It's always been someone who sits in front of the mirror. I've never really put myself in that place. Diana, you okay? If I can't save Wolfgang, then at the very least, maybe I can live for him.
Believe me.
You didn't do anything wrong, Diana.
Pardon me.
Yeah. I can do this. I can fulfill the life he wasn't able to live. Huh?
Like a chameleon, I will adapt. I'll follow in Wolfgang's footsteps and continue what he wasn't able to accomplish. I'll become something new.
Tears running down Diana's face, but her expression... Somehow, she looked determined. I couldn't understand it. Despite everything she's been through here, she was making some silly vow about continuing Wolfgang's legacy, acting like she was a hero from a storybook. Has this girl lost her mind?
Hold on.
Wolfgang and Eva, neither of them deserve this. I won't let what happened to them happen to anyone else here. And to yourself, because for both their sakes, I'll save everyone from this killing game.
You've got to be kidding me.
Take this seriously, will you?
What?
Can this get any worse?
It seems your peers aren't much in the mood for heroic monologues.
Moving on.
Anyhow, it's been a long day. The crime scene has already been cleaned up, unless you have any further questions for me. You are free to return to your dorms.
Mm-hmm.
So, any further questions?
Get lost.
Get lost.
Ingrates.
Ugh. Now, where have I heard that one before? In all seriousness, I'll take that as a no.
Good evening.
Ahem. Until next time, everyone. Just like the last time Tozu walked over
Isn't
home.
this lovely?
By the way, you're safe to ride the elevator back up. We set it back to default mode. We set it back to its default mode. What you glimpsed before was simply a punishment mode. On that ominous note, he was lowered underground. Hey guys, should we just go back to our rooms? Hey, it's about time we draw this day to a close. Good idea. Alright. People silently made their way into the elevator, horror and despair etched on their faces. It was clear today's events would not be easily forgotten. And then there was me. Everything I'd been ruminating over, the devastating images which had been playing in my mind. Or plaguing my mind, I'm sorry. Wolfgang's murder. The trial. Eva dying right in front of me, swallowed by a pit of fire. It had all retreated to the corners of my mind. The only thing I could focus on now were those 5 words. I'll follow in Wolfgang's footsteps. Hearing those words come from Diana after everything that's happened. Seeing her raise her chin and act so tall and proud just like the Wolfgang once did. It pissed me off. Whoa! Hey! Beneath the veil of hypocrisy. Surviving members 14. To be continued. Would you like to save your game? Yep. Alright. I'm hoping this is the end of the demo. Right? Nothing more. Back to the menu. Because from what I'm looking at it is there's no chapter. There's only chapter 1 so far. Prologue and chapter 1. That's it. Say some of the line of press F. Yeah, it's not showing anything. All right. Press F1 to skip. All right. So that's the end of Project Eden's Garden Chapter 1. Prologue in the Chapter 1. So, I got a couple of things I want to say. Wonderful, wonderful. I would say a wonderful indie developed game, almost very I'll say very close and similar to Danganronpa, with the the addition of like a bullet hell game towards the end. I think it was a lot different from the other games, but loved it. It loved this project down. I'll say some of the logic points I couldn't really like get spot on. But it took a lot more thinking in order for me to do this. Like I said, I did not use any walkthroughs or anything like that. Like when I played Danganronpa, I was like, let me think through this. So far my favorite characters, I love Ingrid, I love Ulysses, even though I feel like he's gonna die because he's like way too useful. I didn't really like Eva that much though. Eva was like, I knew Eva was gonna be like some type of like bad person to some degree. It was either gonna be the end or like the beginning. People who I have my eye on, considering like the Danganronpa games, they have like this one student that's like usually, so if it's gonna follow in the footsteps of Danganronpa, I'm hoping that one of the students is gonna be like who they say they aren't, you know, that type of situation. I do have my eye on Eloise, Diana, and possibly Grace, because Grace is a little too aggressive sometimes. With that being said, I'm interested into seeing like how this game ends. There's a lot of mentioning about like animals and stuff, which, you know, I wonder how that's gonna go. There's a lot of theater based stuff. And yeah, so far from what I'm seeing is that the next chapter is gonna be in 2026, so that's like next year basically. I think summer 2026, so I'm probably gonna play it back then, and I'm probably gonna be finished with like the semester and everything. So but yeah, this was a fun playthrough. I played this, I'm not gonna lie, I played this game from like what, 3, I took like 2 sessions of this. So it was like I did from like, what was it, like 10 in the morning to like 12, and then I took a break, ate some food, and then like 3 until like 9 right now, like 9 o'clock. Oh my gosh, I was playing this for a while, trying to get like all the footage as possible. Cause I'm like, hey, I can finish this, but that trial was really, really long. Like I would say that's like my only gripe was that that first trial was very, very long. The kill and the setup was everything was spectacular. It's just the trial itself was pretty long because he was like talking about like a lot of mundane things in between, but it was a pretty cool trial for what it was. Any other thoughts about this game? The main character interests me as well, because I kind of want to see if they're going to go the route that I think they're going to go. And essentially what I was going to say is that, because he seems like a very negative person in this regard. Like he's like, hey, he's doing the trials and stuff, but he's like, and towards the end, he's just like, nah, I don't believe these guys, or I hate these guys, or, you know, he has like something very negative to say. It's not like a state of distrust, but almost like a disdain for everybody around him. And looking at some of the posters, it did mention like a lot of what is it called, like a split personality disorder. So I kind of wonder if that's going to come to play, whether it be in like one of the killings or towards the end of the game, which would be interesting as well, as to how they got here, whether it be by drugs or whether it be by split personality disorder, or everybody has split personality disorder, who knows. But it would be interesting to see exactly how this game ends, and that's why I'm like, you know, I'm like all over the place. I know in the previous Danganronpa games, it was like also like what's happening outside of the school as well. Previous Danganronpa games was like despair happening and like a whole war battlefield was happening. Others was like, oh, the planet like lifted up, like they basically like went outer space to do the whole killing game thing essentially, and everybody was like watching to see like what was going to go on. And that's Danganronpa 3, but I'm not gonna spoil exactly what happened, but it's essentially like that's what's going on. If you never played Danganronpa 3, also this is gonna be like a whole bunch of spoilers and everything. Towards Danganronpa 1, it was a student basically flipped. I'm not gonna say who it was. 2 was the main character was essentially the villain to some degree. It's complicated. And then 3 was they were in outer space, but I can't tell you exactly like what the ending is, because I know it's very divisive as well, but I'm not gonna explain the ending. But there's a little bit of spoilers, but not a spoilers as well. But yeah, Project Eden's Garden, I can't wait for the next chapter. hopefully they work on this like, you know, faster. But I know how game development is, so I'm not gonna, you know, it's just like, man, I'm like itching to see the next part of the story, you know what it's that type of thing. But anyways, thank you for watching this session, and I hope you have a great day, man. Yeah.